Good morning, Lakeview Intermediate. This is Lakeview Liftoff Live for Friday, April the 8th. Happy Friday, everybody. So glad it's Friday. And not only is it Friday, Mrs. Frame's back.
Hi.
Welcome back, Mrs. Frame. Good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
I like your name thing there.
Thanks.
Perfect. Well, welcome back, and I know it was great for you to see everybody this morning, and you had some new faces to see this morning and meet as well. So great to have you back.
It's good to be back.
All right. Well, let's talk about what's going on today real quick before we get to Pixelated Pieces. So, level up reward update. Okay. Pod 1, you were the only pod this week to earn free seating both at lunch and in the morning. I got a not so good about the lunchroom yesterday, Pod 1. So you're slipping and you're very close to losing that. So be careful. Just as fast as you can gain this, you can lose it. But I also want to encourage our other pods who are really close. I'm going to be checking our spreadsheet this weekend and making a decision Monday morning when you come in and check those signs. There's signs in the pit for Pod 7. There's signs on the doors in the band room for Pod 5. There's signs coming into the gym for 4th or 5th and 6th grade. And maybe we will see some more yeses circled on Monday morning. And I would love for other groups to get that. If you see a yes, you have the privilege to sit. Like, for example, if both pods earn free seating, then you can sit anywhere. 5th grade and 6th grade. You could sit anywhere in the bleachers, 6th graders. So you could sit with somebody from another pod, and 5th graders could sit with somebody from another pod on the floor. So that's pretty powerful if both pods can earn it. If just one earns it, then it's like it is right now with Pod 1. They've got free seating. Everybody else still has to follow the other procedures. So I would love a day where everybody in the gym has it. You could earn that today. I told the teachers yesterday in our meeting that if you have a good day, you can switch them to green anytime. So give your teachers a reason to have you green on that spreadsheet. Do it today. Ace your champs procedures. Do great. And so here's the other thing. So Mrs. Frame, while you were gone, we had a big ice cream for ISIP challenge, and all 3 grades met their growth goal this week. It was awesome.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yep. So we have to do some work. We have to get some ice cream, and we will have that. I'm hoping we'll have it on different days coming up because we've got to get the ice cream, and we'll deliver it to you in the lunchroom on the days that we have it. But we're working on it. We don't have it today, but today we will do the free seating. So everybody has earned free seating for just today, regardless of what's on that level up spreadsheet. Free seating in the cafeteria when you come in. So here's the thing. Pod 1 has done this. The others haven't. So when you come in today, I know you're going to be excited because you get to sit with people from other classes. All right. Come in calmly. What I cannot have is everyone coming in running full speed, shoving into each other. That's our table. That's our spot. And no, I was here, and arguing and running and all that. And some of you might come in not arguing, but just excited. But don't let your excitement cause you to not follow procedures. So come in calmly, pick a spot. If there's not room at this table for you and your group of friends, go to another one. There's plenty of room. I know when we first sat down in Pod 1, there was a group of students that was upset that they couldn't sit at a table, and it was like there were 2 empty tables right next to us. I was like, well, go to one of those empty ones. There will be plenty of room. So come in calmly, pick your spot. But once you pick your spot, stay in it. We don't pick our spot and then go, oh, wait, I want to go sit with her. Oh, now I want to go sit with him. Pick your spot and stay in it. And then dismissal, if your second lunch and your teachers come pick you up, your teachers will come, and wherever they are is where your class will meet and line up. So your teachers come and they will call you over, raise their hand or beckon you over, then you go over and line up with them. So that last sentence is the most important one, friends. Only Pod 1 has done this. The rest of you, whether you've earned this or not the other way on the spreadsheet, and most of you haven't, this is your chance to show us you can do this. Because right now I'm going, ooh, boy, I hope 6th grade can follow procedures and do well with this. I hope the rest of 5th grade, I hope 4th graders can handle this. So Pod 1 came in the other day and it was like, oh, they're awesome. They definitely can do this. I want everybody else to show that too. In Pod 1, you got to get back on track too. I heard you got messy yesterday. That was the problem. We were making too many messes. So everybody work really hard and show us Like, I want to go home today going, oh my gosh, every grade can do this. We can do this. Maybe it becomes an everyday thing and we don't even have to do the level up reward spreadsheet. It's just, we have free seating all the time in the cafeteria. Maybe that's just how we do it at Lakeview because kids can do the right thing. I'd love that. So pay attention to those things, come in calmly, pick your seat and stay in it, dismissal to teachers, and follow all those other procedures that we always have in the cafeteria. Stay seated, raise your hand to get up, all that stuff. Shine on your procedures, and maybe you'll have it again on Monday. There's no reason why the whole school can't have it next Monday, next Tuesday, next Wednesday. Show us. All right. How's that sound, Mrs. Frame?
I love that. I'd love to be able to sit with my friends from other classes. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, that's so much easier than having to shout 2 tables across to your friend. You have them right next to you. We can earn that today. So let's do it. All right. We are going to go right ahead to Pixelated Pieces because Mrs. Mann and Miss Conklin have some important things to talk to us about today. So we're going to bring them in. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, well, the first things first is every day's a holiday. Today is Mrs. Frame's back day. Woo-hoo!
Yay!
So that's the official Lakeview holiday today. Elsewhere in the world, however, I want to just share one with you today. It is, I want to make sure I say, it's Zoo Lovers Day, ladies and gentlemen. So if you love to go to the zoo, today's for you. So
fantastic. I love the zoo. I love the lights that they had at Christmas time. I don't know if anybody did that, but that was super cool.
Yes, they were pretty fantastic. So that was a neat experience to drive through the zoo. That was cool.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't do it, but I think it would have been great.
Next year. You haven't done it yet.
Right. That's right.
You can still level up and go.
I will.
Right. All right. Well, today we have a slideshow presentation to share with you.
We do. And we're going to be talking about test anxiety because I know that you guys are all working very hard and getting ready and prepared for our end of year tests that are going to be coming up. So along with that also comes some feelings that we aren't used to dealing with. So let's talk about some of those. What is it? Well, test anxiety is a worry or fear caused by having to take a test. How do you know if you have test anxiety? Well, you might be experiencing some of these issues: headaches, fast heart rate. You might feel sick at your stomach. Your muscles might feel tense. You might start to sweat, or you might even feel dizzy. There's some others that you might also encounter. You might feel like you're panicking, or you might have racing thoughts. You might not be able to concentrate, and whereas on a normal day, you would be able to concentrate just fine. You might start feeling helpless, like you can't do the test or you can't think right. You're not going to be able to do this. You might be feeling this isn't me. I don't know what to do about this. All those negative thoughts start coming in. Those might all be signs of test anxiety. Okay, not everybody experiences that. So if you do start having test anxiety, what should you do?
Well, the first thing you can do is you can get prepared. So that's our first strategy. How do you get prepared? Well, on the next slide, it says that you can study, you can do practice sessions, you can review the notes that your teachers have you take in your interactive notebook or things that you've written down, and you can ask questions. Make those teachers work. I know they work, but if you don't understand something, ask them. There is no shame or harm in asking, you guys. That's being mature and taking control of your own education. So those are 4 ways that you can get prepared. You can also pack your lunch the night before. If you bring your lunch to school, you can pack your backpack the night before. You can pick out your clothes. When? The night before. Do you see a pattern here? There are things you can do the night before that you can get ready so that your morning is less stressful and you can feel more prepared for some things.
That's right. Then you can start practicing some calming strategies. So those can be done right there in the classroom at your desk. You can take deep breaths. You can make a test day mantra like, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. You don't have to say that out loud. You can say it in your head. You can say, I can do hard things. I'm going to do this. You can do some grounding exercises. So maybe it's just as something as simple as putting your palm on your leg, or making a fist, or putting your hands together. There's all kinds of different little grounding exercises that you can do.
And push your feet down into the floor.
Absolutely. Push your feet down into the floor. That's a great one. Think of something positive. Okay. You can sit at your desk and you can do all of these kinds of things, and nobody even has to know that you're doing those.
And you can change your mindset. We've talked a lot about this in the past, so here's some ways to remind you that you can change your mindset. Ms. Conklin said to think positive thoughts, so here are just some ideas for you. You can say to yourself, I am not defined by this test. You know, your future does not ride on one simple test, so do your best and then move on with it. You can remind yourself that you are a successful person. Maybe this is your hardest subject, but there are other things in your life that you are good at, that you're successful at. So again, this doesn't define you, this one moment in time. Also, I'm in control of myself, and I'm in control of my thoughts. So that goes back to, if you've got all those negative thoughts whirling around in your head, we got to find something positive and something to focus on. Stop and take some deep breaths, like she said. Get yourself reset. And the last one, you've heard us say this over and over, even today, I can do hard things, because you can. Just stop, use some of those calming strategies, tell yourself these positive self-talk, do this positive self-talk, and then guess what? Knock out those hard things, because we believe in you. You got to believe in yourself too.
That's right. You're going to do amazing. That's what you got to remember. You're ready. You are prepared. You've been doing all of these things. Now you just have to do it.
Yeah. And here's the thing. State testing is coming up this month, but you know what? You guys have been taking tests all year long. You've been doing great things. You knocked the ISIP out of the park. As a school, we did fantastic. So these are things that you do all the time. State test is important, but so is everyday tests in your classroom, every benchmark, every CFA that you take. All of those things are important. So it's not just this here at the end. So remind yourself of all those great things you've been doing all year, because you've proved you can do hard things.
All right. Love it. Great reminders. State testing is coming up. A great opportunity to shine and show everyone how much we've grown this year and how great our school is doing with our learning. And your teachers are, especially starting next week, are going to really start ramping up our preparation, like coaches getting their team ready for the big game. Your teachers are getting you ready for your big game, your big competition, your big state test here in a few weeks. And those are great reminders. But like you said, we can use those all the time. Shoot, you can even use those when it's not a test. It's a situation when you're stressed out in class, you know, over maybe you're worried about an assignment that you can't figure out. Some of those strategies can be appropriate then too. So great reminders. Thank you for that slideshow. All right. We are about out of time, so we better get to our corny joke real quick. I know everybody has to have a corny joke today. So here we go. Corny joke for the day. Ladies, do you know I always keep a guitar in my car? Always. Yeah, I do, because it's great for traffic jams.
Hey. That's awesome.
So a jam session, right?
Yes,
For those of us who don't understand.
Yep. So there's your corny joke for the day.
You still need to find your missing hat.
I do. You all have a great day. Thanks so much for a great Pixelated Pieces. Very helpful. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, Mrs. Frame, if you would, for the first time since January, glad to have you here leading us in our pledges. If everyone would please stand, be ready and respectful. Go ahead.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. You may be seated for the moment of silence. During this time, you may reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity.
All right. Before we launch the day, Mrs. Frame, I want to say one more thing, and I know we're past time, but I want everyone to hear this. I am very, very proud of how everyone handled the power outage yesterday. When something like that happens, there's never a need to panic or scream or holler or lose control. I was very proud to walk down the hallways and hear teachers still teaching, students still learning. Sixth grade, when we had to kind of invent a new procedure and change classes a little differently, everybody was ready to listen. We had to have a new procedure for going to the bathroom, and who could go when and all that. And everybody did a really good job. And that's really important in an emergency situation. And power outage isn't like a serious threat to any of us. It wasn't like anybody was going to get hurt, but it's still considered an emergency situation because it's unusual and it caused us to have to do emergency procedures. And everybody did a great job from what I could see. Teachers may have had to give you some reminders of what you could do better, but from what I could see, from my viewpoint, everybody did a really good job handling that. So if you were one who was a great listener yesterday and helped follow procedures, I applaud you. Thank you very much. And that's what we need to do when those things happen. All right. Mrs. Frame, how about launching this day?
All right, let's do it. We
All
are.
right. Lakeview.
Oh, are you doing it or am I doing it?
Go ahead.
Okay, we are.
Lakeview.
We are not.
Average.
We will strive.
For the Miller 5.
And whatever it takes, we will.
Grow.
3, 2, 1.
Liftoff. Have a fantastic Friday, everybody.